Is the connection good? Well, there's nobody in the chat, but we're just gonna keep going. Right now, the tropical storm. It's been raining all day. Our lights literally came off like for like 30 minutes or so. Then went back on. So like, yay. Okay, everything's piecing together. Like ever since we started to decode Jason. Hi, my decoders, my evolutionary beings. We are going to evolve. We are ascending. We have made it. We have jumped into our rightful place. We have made it. We made it through. We did it. Okay, just wanted to say that evolutionary beings. One day you will understand what I mean. One day you will come across this video and you will understand. Okay, so the movie Jason. Jason is the message, okay. The movie franchise, which consists of 12. Remember that number 12. So there's 12 Jason movies, okay. There's 12 Jason movies. So Jason is the message, God's message, God hidden message. So pay attention to the details. Jason is God hidden message. That's the code, the actual code. The movie franchise is all the clues to that one code. Everything leads back to Jason. Okay? Within the movie, okay, is details. So pay attention to the details. We know that Jason is the actual code, which is the hidden message that God wants us to find. God wants us to understand. The movie itself is the detail to the code for us to piece every detail together, every clue together, so that we can see what's the message, which is Jason. So we can see Jason. Okay? So we know that there's 12 movies of Jason. What does the number 12 represent to you guys? Half a dozen. Okay? What happens when you divide 12? What happens when you divide 12, you guys? 6 as above, 6 so below. What do 6 represent? We'll come back to that. Okay. You guys got to figure things out on your own. But I want you guys to decode numbers. Numbers are very important. That's God's codes. The numbers is God code. The symbols is God code. The colors is God code. Language is God code. The Bible is God code. The Bible is coded. It's not literal. And if it's literal, it means something. It has a deeper meaning. Okay, some of it is literal. Some of it has, all of it is deeper meaning. But the Bible itself is one big code. But all the stories in the Bible is the hidden clues. Okay, it all connects to that one big code. So you have to learn how to dissect this, okay? Okay. So we understand that. Okay, so I asked you guys to rewatch the movie Jason. Because I said there was some things that we missed. I didn't even have a chance to rewatch it. I was just able to like use my gift and channel everything because I channeled that we was missing, we was not understanding the message when it came to the ring. The ring is very important. Thank you, Yari, for mentioning that. You were the first person that caught it. Thank you, Yari. What else? The ring. The colors, we was trying to figure out what the color means. I believe I know what the color means. Okay, so let's go to the ring. I mentioned that the ring was like an alarm or like ringing the bell, but no, it's like it connects to that. Yes, like alarm clock. But picture a traditional clock, you guys, like a deadline. Okay, The clock is a deadline, and it has to ring. It has to ring. So the ring was in what finger of the person? I didn't rewatch it, but apparently the ring. Well, I believe it was in the person's middle finger. Okay, which represents the marriage. You're committed to something that you're committed to. Okay, so we know that the shorthand represents what did you already say? The minutes. The longer hand represents the hour. Okay, so I mentioned that. I said, what happens? I said, God gives you a warning before he casts judgment. There's always warning before he casts judgment. This goes deeper than what we realize, you guys. Way, way deeper. So if I'm the hour hand, which is right here, and I'm the shorter hand, which is right here, what is that symbol? That's the this is the right angle. No, this is the right angle. That's backwards. No, this way. Okay, so this is the right angle. Okay, so even though it looks like this is the right angle. This is the right angle, right? 12 and 9. So this is the left angle. 12 and 3. Okay? So let's rewind, because I the ring represents time, if you guys did not know, but it represents a deadline. What are you committed to? Time is ticking, okay? So something happened, okay, in the past, the original story that I mentioned. Something occurred. This is the original seed, the core. Okay, this is the core, the origin story. Okay, something happened where something, it was like as if someone tied a knot. Okay, and the person couldn't get loose. Okay, someone like hung someone. Someone was hung. Okay, to that. So the seed was hung. It could be literal or not, but the seed was hung. The original story was hung. It couldn't form in the proper way. So that therefore it was buried. Buried. What did that mean? It was buried. It was buried. The root was injured. Not necessarily the sword, it was the root, which is, what did I say the root was? The core, the origin. The elbow. You tell me where I got the elbow. I'm dissecting this in my own time as well, but I do want you guys to decode this and figure this out on your own as well. So, it was injured. So therefore the core never came to be. And because of the core, or the original story, or the original seed, the story was never told, something else happened. Okay, so what happened was people was able to steal someone's people was like to steal their land, their property. They was able to steal it off this person, but it didn't belong to them. This could represent the people of the town. Something was stolen from the Native American tribe. It was stolen. Like, what was stolen? We said it was the land. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm going to start this over. because I feel like I'm not explaining it how I want to. So we're gonna start this. I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can. So here we go. We know Jason is the message. We know the movie franchise, which consists of 12, is the clue, the hidden clue. We know that Jason is God's code, and the movie is, God's code as well. It's all about paying attention to the details. What we know about Jason is that Jason is the son. He was always meant to die. That's significant. So pay attention to when I said that. Jason was always meant to die. The boy that drowned, he was always meant to drown. That was inevitable. That was his destiny. He was always meant to drown. Hey Yari, I just saw something. Hold on. I'm gonna talk to you. So, Jason is God's code. He is the origin story. He is the beginning. Okay, he is the message. The movie franchise is the clue. So we have to pay attention to the details of the movie because it's the clues that connects to the message. In the movie franchise is going to be a lot of Bible reference. The Bible itself is one big code, which is God code. We have to, so the Bible connects to Jason, as well as the movie itself. It's all the details into one, okay? All of it pieces together. But I said that who is Jason? Jason is the son. I said that he was always meant to die. He was always meant to drown in pain. That was never that was always his destiny. Okay? He was always meant to be punctured. I'm getting punctured. Something puncturing Jason. Like, I'm seeing something. Okay, I'm seeing something so weird. Yes, and I was saying that there's actually 12 movies of Jason. There's 12. And I mentioned in the beginning of this live, what does the 12 represent? The 12 disciples, the 12 months, the 12 cycles, the 12 moon phases. Because someone mentioned in the live that I did way back then, she said it was 8 moon phases. I'm like, no, I said it's 12. I don't know how I know that, but I know it's 12. It's 12 faces. It's 12 years of slavery. That's significant. That movie. 12 years of slavery. And I also mentioned at number 12, given that there's 12 Jason movies, what happens when you divide the number 12? It's a number 6. What I realized about number 6 is karmic cycles. Okay, it represents south. Okay, I also got the embodiment of like when you divide the number 12, as above, so below. What's left is the torso. There's a body. I keep seeing the clock as well. The clock is significant. Something about deadline. Especially if you pay attention in the movie, everybody didn't arrive at once. The kids, they didn't all arrive at the same time. And not only that, the Annie, she's very important. It didn't look like that when we watched the movie, but she's actually very important. She was the cook. She was supposed to cook for them. She was supposed to mix up the ingredients for these children. But like, this is, don't take God messages as literal. There's a deeper meaning. She was the cook, and the driver kept calling her dumb. She was never dumb. She trusted herself. However, something intervened. They said that Jason killed her before she can arrive. But was it really Jason that killed her? We didn't see it. She ended up in the wilderness. She went crazy. The wilderness, the woods means you went insane. Okay? In the movie. That's what it means. It's like you're lost. When you go, like any scary movies and you see them running in the woods and you know they're gonna die anyways because they're running in the woods, you can't see shit, especially in nighttime. That means that they're lost. They can't see shit. So when she was a hitchhiker, she was just catching rides here and there instead of just. She was very naive, Annie, very ignorant, but she was the cook. And she's like, I have like 50 kids. And the driver kept warning her, like, hey, are you sure you want to go there? The driver, like the townspeople were warning her, but they couldn't. It's like they couldn't say anything. I thought it was backwards. I thought that they was trying to protect what happened, right? You guys, this is not literal, so I want you to understand. They was trying to protect what happened, right? I thought they was trying to protect what happened, but they was actually trying to warn her, like to redirect her to the right place, to the right spot, to redirect her. But she was so naive and innocent. She's like, oh, I'm just gonna go here, but she never made it. Something intervened. Something stopped. The driver, the first driver, he dropped her off somewhere where she was supposed to be, right? She was going to go where she need. Look, he dropped her off, right? So that's significant. The first driver, he was protecting her. He dropped her off, right? Close enough, but he didn't take her there. However, another car came. Another car came and picked her up. But did we ever see the person that picked her up? He dropped her off at the cemetery. That's significant. The dead. She was going where she was supposed to go. So that's why the driver didn't take her there. She was going where she wasn't supposed to go. She was never supposed to end up there because that land has been stolen. Okay, it has been cursed because it has been stolen. There's a judgment. This land has been cursed because of what happened. So that's why the driver redirected her to the cemetery he was telling her all these things to basically warn her without telling her, giving her a second chance to go back, not go back, but go a different route. Because remember, this is all on the road. Steve. But it was the blue Jeep Steve was driving. The one that broke down and he had to get a ride from the cops, and then Pam. That's karma. Steve, he had to get a ride from the cop, and he ended up dying. Hmm. So who is Steve really? Who was Steve in that movie? And it's like, really, who was he? And the mom just came out of nowhere. She came towards the end. She's like, "Oh, you killed my boy. No one was paying attention." Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see as we go down the rabbit hole. I'm focusing on Annie because she was ignorant. She was trying to go somewhere where she did not understand yet. She needed to understand something before she went. Because if she would have went there, like, cause see, like, even though it was right in her face, like all the signs, the clues, it was right in her face. People warning her, like, "Hey, go this way, don't go that way, focus, like, don't go, like, go this way." But they couldn't tell her for some reason, as if they were like, even the lady at the diner, she was acting very weird, like she knew something. It's like they couldn't tell, but they all knew. Okay, so I guess there's like a code of silence or a code of oath. There's an oath. They're all in agreement to not say anything. They have to figure it out on their own. We could give warnings. I feel like they're all part of God's warning. These people, I feel like I'm on puke for some reason. They're all part of God's warning to these people. The kids, there was like, "Okay, you sure you wanna go?" But like, it's like Annie, she was hitchhiking, catching rides, but she was so dumb because she was naive. Even when they told her the story, she's like, "No, I didn't hear about it." She was ignorant. Annie like, she was fearless, which was good, but like she didn't have no like direction, no sense of direction, not really. Cause like I feel like that represents something. Her catching rides, it's like she didn't know where to go. She needed to be the driver. She needed to be in control. Okay, so that's enough for Annie. I don't know. There's something about Annie. It was like really, she needed to stop catching rides and asking for help. She needed to. Annie was very important. Okay, she was the important. That she was a person that needed. It's like she was the glue. She connected everything. So when she wasn't there, everything slipped away. When she wasn't there, everything slipped away. So let's go to the 88. 8, 8. Okay, what do you guys see? Draw 2 8s. I don't know why, but something about if Annie was there, things would not have been that way. Okay? If she was there, things would not have been that way. I don't know why, but I don't think Jason killed Annie. I don't think it was Jason. They brought it to the can. Okay, Yari, I just saw your comment. Who? This was part of the movie? Annie? Annie's quote, "Guess I always wanted to work with children. I hate when people call them kids. Sounds like little goats. But when you had a dream as long as I have, you do anything." Okay, 888. I wish I could pick the picture for you guys. So I'm trying to like explain it. Okay, so did you guys write? Did you write the 888? I'm gonna draw a little picture. I want you. I want to see if you guys see what I see. Let me know how the connection is. Okay. I didn't mean to do that, but it's back. Oh wow! I didn't. Butterfly. Okay, so. Remember I said Jason is the message. He is the code. He is the origin story. He is the seed. Okay, he's the core. Something happened to Jason. That Jason was always meant to die. I said that he was always meant to die. Okay, but the way that he was meant to die was a different way. Well, no. He was always meant to die. However, something happened where someone bound him. He was bound or something like that. And then he became buried. He was buried under the ground. He was deep in the south. He was, when I say south, he was deep in the six. He was buried underground. Once you guys get to the numbers, you will understand what I mean. But he was buried. Okay. There's something bounced back. Okay, so remember the video I did, the butterfly effect? This all ties into this. I believe it or not, it all ties together. It's Oh, that's what Alex said? Okay, so he was buried. He's bound, but now everything's bouncing back. He's buried. What is that, though? I'm hearing Mary. I don't know why. Okay, so I drew the 8. Okay, remember it wasn't Ned that had the shirt, the t-shirt? He had 88 on the back. Okay, and I said I feel like it represents 88 people that died. Okay? Alice had even asked the doctors if they had pulled him out of the lake, and they said there was no boy. Yes, he disappeared. Where did Jason go when he wasn't in the lake no more? Mary went to school. Is it Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, and she was by the snow. And there she went to school one day, school one day, school one day. There she went to school one day, it was by the snow. I said that Jason was always meant to die. That was very true. But apparently, the way that he died wasn't the proper way that he was meant to die. He suffered. But in the movie, he represents a symbol. He represents a person, right? The original story, he was never meant to die in that way, in that form. It was a certain format that the way he died wasn't meant to be. And because of that, Jason went to sleep, right? He went to sleep and he ended up buried. He was buried. So I'm getting something like this. He's buried. And all of a sudden, he's going to rise up. And everything's going to come back to its proper place. Okay? Because everything has to correct itself. Because what I got is when he died, God made him something. God made him into his image. God made Jason the sun, the light, the truth, the avenging angel. Because of how he died, he's there's so much intricate details to this. It's really I feel like we have to do one detail at a time to connect it. Because okay, Ned, go back to Ned. He had the shirt 88. Okay, so I kept processing that the number 88, what it means, and then all of a sudden I got a channel, I guess decoding, and what I got was the number 8 represents gates. Think of a pillar. Separate the 8. Separate the 8s. Okay, it represents a gate, a pillar. Okay, but then I got this is saying that I do is like peanut butter and jelly, but where's the jelly? So I was like, where's the jelly? Jason was not there, and you said he was not in the lake. He was supposed to be in the lake. What did I say the lake is? I said it's a burial. It's I said Camp Crystal Lake. I said camp means mourning the dead, right? Mourning, right? Crystal means to crystallize. It's a process to process. So the crystal means like a cocoon, right? This is like a metamorphosis, okay? A death and rebirth. So camp is mourning. Okay, you're mourning a death. You just died. Someone just died. Okay? But it becomes crystallized, meaning the process of death means a cocoon. Think of a butterfly, cocoon. And then the lake is when the caterpillar goes out into the lake and becomes a butterfly. Right? So we have the 2 gates. Jason was not here, and he was supposed to be here. After he died, which is camp, after he died camp, Crystal, he wasn't found. His body wasn't found. Okay, his body wasn't found. So therefore, he couldn't be reborn. Okay? To a butterfly. He couldn't be reborn, so God made him death. Or God made him the angel of death. Okay? But there's so much more into this. God made him the angel of death. But the thing is, Jason was a very important person. He wasn't just a boy. Okay? He represents something to God. He became this. He's the sun. He's the light. So when Jason wasn't there, when Jason didn't become who he's meant to become, which was the butterfly. He was meant to be the butterfly, the biggest one. And I said, remember I drew that there was nothing here. They said, where's Jason? Where did he go? And you said that they never found his body in the lake. The 8 represents gate, pillars. He stepped out. But something about, he's buried. His body was buried. It was never found. It was this cocoon. It was this buried in the dirt. But now I'm getting that it's standing up now. It's standing up. So now that we understand that process a little bit, how do we apply this to real life? Like, how do we apply this, okay, to what God is trying to send? This is a real message. This is not Catch Me If You Can type of movie. This is a little origin story. This is based off a true story. This is based off a true person. So let's break this down. I said that Jason represents the sun, the light, the truth, the avenging angel. He's the angel of death now, okay, because he has died, and he has died. So something happened in the past or something like that where his story was never told. That's very important. His story was always meant to be told because he's a very important person. So think of this. Think of what would life be like if Jesus Christ never became Jesus Christ? That's who I'm getting. Jason is Jesus. He's the Son of Man. Okay, so something happened. Okay, we know that in the first coming, the beginning story, Jesus came to warn people. But he was a sacrificial lamb. No one believed him. No one believed him that he was the Son of Man. Maybe his disciples, like 12 people, did. But then the second coming, it tells us that I explained to you guys in the second coming, he's going to become the goat. And then you said, Yari, that Annie said, I don't like when they call them dumb kids, like as if they're little goats. Goats are big, they're not little. Yes. I know, it's just hard. It's very, very hard to imagine. But I'm getting that something occurred where, so like, the message here with Jason, that there's so this is the origin story of Jesus Christ. We are the origin story of Jesus Christ, right? Yeah, maybe I said everything happens for a reason, but I'm getting like Jesus Christ was never supposed to be sacrificed. Not like he was always meant to die. That's true, but the way that he was sacrificed wasn't the way it was supposed to be. But maybe it was, because everything happens for a reason. This is like a lot to process. So the message is Jason. He's the Son of Man. He's the sun, the light. He's death. I also realize I interpret the sun as death. Okay? Think of the sun setting. What happens when the sun sets? It's something about when the sun when the clock. It's something about the clock, you guys. When the hand hit the number 9, and it goes back to when it goes to 3, that means rebirth. Okay, when it's at 9, it's death. When it's at 3, it's rebirth. Okay, so 9 is the sun. 12 people think is you know how they say Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit? That's not how it goes. We got it wrong. It's the sun right here, the sun. Mata, mother, Holy Spirit. It was never Father. It's Mata. There's something right here. The pineal gland or something like that, or is that where it's located? Something right here. It's called something. But Jason was that son. He died, but he was supposed to awaken his mata, his third eye. So that he could become the butterfly. This is all like, because remember when we was drawing the last live, something made me want to draw the triangle, and I put yellow up top, and I put green on the left, and I put pink on the right. Okay, but it's actually yellow. It goes yellow on the left, then it goes green up top, then it goes pink on the right. When you at yellow, that means you're death. That's good. That means you died. So what I realize about death, it's like people are afraid to die, but I'm getting there's nothing wrong with dying. Okay, as long as you are able to awaken your mata. You're feeling like before you die. Is it before or after? I think you have to die to awaken your mata. Okay, something about your mata has to awaken mata, and then you become the child, the butterfly. Something about facing his mother. His avenger was his mother. His avenger was his mother. That's the part I'm still confused by. Not confused. It's more so like his mother. Father time, mother rhyme. Okay, his mother went to avenge him. She came back and tried to kill. She was wearing blue, wasn't she? She was wearing blue? What did blue signify? The blue Jeep. Where did blue go? Blue's here. Reaper. I got this. 3.14. 3.14. Circumference. I can't even say it. Blue. So his mother came back to avenge him. That's significant. The mother represents something in the story. Remember, not everything is literal. We have to decode what each of these characters means. Okay, everything refers back to the Bible, and we have to decode the numbers as well and the colors. So I believe blue represents the cycle. Okay, it went back. Remember I said the 8-8 represents the butterfly, right? It represents the butterfly is its wings represents the gate. I'm sorry. You're right. The yellow is up top. What did I say? Yellow is up top. Green is on the left. Pink is on the right. Okay? Pink represents the I was getting something about innocence when you're a child. Okay? Yeah, it represents child. Yellow represents mata. Green represents No, I had. Okay, this is. You guys, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves, or I am, because there's something. I feel like I'm right on the circle, the surface. I'm right here, like on the surface, like I'm getting closer, but to understanding what the colors mean. But the colors is very significant. I told you, there's something about the colors. So yellow is up top. Right here is. Oh. So the green represents heart. The yellow represents mata, which is the third eye. Third eye. Pink represents child, but like, what part of the body is pink? I feel like the womb. The womb. Your birth. Your birth. Rebirth. I said that. When you were born. Okay, and then we have, I said death, and then rebirth. I keep wanting to say reaper. I don't know why. But we're going to leave that alone because it's just going to drive me. So what do you think about the colors, you guys? Yari, what do you think about the colors? And let me know if the connection still. She said, I don't know. It's significant because it kept being repeated in the movie. And I feel like we're going to see more of it in the next one. But it means something because I was stuck on the colors. I know what 88 means. It's a gate, okay? And Ned was wearing a blue shirt. Mata. Or... I think I had Ned died. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Yari. Okay, so we're going to move along from there, the ring. Okay. Let's talk about... I feel like this is a little too advanced. Because as you can see, I've been decoding non-stop all day. And I came up with a lot. I came up with a lot of stuff that came through. Yeah. Yeah, it's best to not force it. Let's not force it. Let it we'll see everything. We're just gonna go ahead and watch part 2. We may see something in part 2 that we missed in part, like, that may be repeated in part 1, so we can connect it. Okay, Yari, have you read the Bible, the Old Testament? It has to do with that. The first movie has to do with Genesis. What the Genesis is like. I feel like Genesis is something. It means the beginning. I know that, but there's something with this word. After Genesis is Exodus. What happened to Exodus? Oh, that's Moses' story. I did not like Moses' story at all. I did not like Exodus. Exodus, Leviticus, and then it was the reason why I didn't like Moses' story because he seemed very confused, like he was he was combative with himself, like he was in constant state of confusion. Because if you really pay attention to that story of Moses, I really feel like it has to do with his mind. Because remember, not everything is literal. I really feel like it has to do with his mind. The Moses story has to do with his mind. His mindset. He went insane because he believed something for so long. Like, he went against his own morals to achieve something, and to the point where it drove him mad. And God said, I'm going to sacrifice you, and he accepted his death. But then this is not necessarily literal. It could be. They say God said go to the mountain. He went to the mountain, and they say he died. He died on the mountain. Mount Moba. Okay, and then after that, it was Joshua. Joshua came to be. Joshua was a success. He made it out. Joshua was supposed to be like Moses 2.0, and he was. He was much better, a better leader than Moses. He had a steady head. Moses' head was unstable. Like he went insane towards the end. They said that, oh, God killed him, but God don't kill people. Like, not what people think. Joseph has a steady mind, and then after Joseph, it became, what was after Joseph? No, okay, so right before we get to Joseph, it was Exodus, then Leviticus, and I said I hate. Every time I get to Leviticus, I don't like it. It's like all these people are just crazy. I think it's just a whole bunch of craziness, a lot of chaos. I feel like Leviticus represents spiritual warfare. I really feel like the Bible, Jesus Christ, Jason is Jesus. All of it is about his story. Like, from Genesis, all these character connects back to him. Okay, but like, I can't even say everything I know because I'm still decoding, and I want you guys to figure this out. But it goes back to him, the original. He is the original story. He is the child that came to be, the one that was always meant to be. So the reason, yeah, Leviticus, it was like a lot of chaos, spiritual warfare. I'm hearing, I will always have my cake and eat it too. Okay. That's a double meaning. Everything is like mind blowing. Like, we literally we just dive deep into the rabbit hole. Not too deep, but we did. At least I did. Like, all day it was like, woo. I feel like I should make this more simplified so that everybody can understand better, especially myself. I'm gonna make this very much simple. So we're gonna continue watching Jason, the franchise, and go from there. I told you, like, it's like a lot of codes. There's a lot of codes everywhere. God codes is everywhere, but not in everything. Okay, it's everywhere. I think right after Joseph, it was. Let me get my Bible. Where is my Bible? I haven't seen my Bible in a while. Let me get my Bible. Hold up. Okay. So we have Genesis, we have Exodus, Leviticus, which is a whole bunch of spiritual warfare, and then it goes to Numbers, and then it goes to Deuteronomy. I forgot what Deuteronomy was about, to be honest. Okay, let me see what So it's like, remember, yeah. So, because I feel like this also has its. This is a lot. Never forget yourself. Never lose yourself. Oh, this is, oh wow. Okay. This is, no, you're fine, Yari. You're fine. Okay. So we're gonna leave it here because we're just gonna like wrap our minds all over the place. We're gonna leave it here and just leave it that. I think we did good. I feel like we got the chunks of it with Jason. We're just gonna focus on part 2. So we have all the way to Friday to decode that. And you guys, the message, the YouTube short, that connects to Jason as well. It can, everything connects back to Jason. And remember I told you. Yes, we know the colors. We haven't really decoded yet. And then the whole degrees. Remember the part when I said when the driver was talking to Annie, he mentioned 58, all those people that lost their lives, and it was, and I said that represents degree. It was cold. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see from there. He was telling her that's what happened to them that year, or no, he was telling her the story of all the ones that died, and she's like, did she dismiss it? Like, what did she say to him after he said that? And he had a big truck, a CDL. I'm not a CDL. Was he driving a big truck? Okay. All right. I only. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty big. So I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. Thank you, Yari, for decoding, this with me, because it was a lot. I do have the next installment of what we're gonna decode after this, but it's a lot. But just know that it all connects back to Jason. Jason is the original code. We have to fully decode Jason to understand everything, because I feel like there's layers to Jason. There's more to this character. Okay, so but before we can do that, we have it's like every little piece. I feel like the Bible connects to it, connects to Jason. Others, Dasher movies connect to Jason. Um, Even fairy tales, like it's a lot that connects to it. Because right now we're at the rib. The the woman was made at the rib. So we're at the Bible and okay. Oh, there's adjacent versus further. All of it connects together, and this is what's like mind blowing. All the serial killers, not the serial killer, the Thrasher movies, all connects together, and it goes back to Jason. Just know that Jason was always meant to die, but like there was one version where he died feeling a whole bunch of pain, cause he drowned in sorrow. Like when someone drowns, what does that mean? It's like the water represents emotion. You're drowning in your own emotion. I feel like it wasn't just his; it was everybody else, cause Jason was the empath, so he felt everything. Okay, but I feel like this time around, it's something about this time, like when Jason emerged from the lake or the water, emerged or was reborn again, he became different. Okay, he saw a new way to be. When he emerged, he saw a new way to be. He became something else. He became the star. The brightest of them all. He became the eye. Who is the eye? Who do we know is the eye? The all-knowing, the all-seeing. He became God. But everything goes back to him. He is the original. He is the source. He is the seed. Jason represents Jesus Christ, but Jason represents a Jesus Christ that if he never became who he was meant to become, if his seed was disrupted, if his seed was never grown, if his seed, oh my god, this is like getting, okay, we're gonna leave it there, you guys. We're gonna leave it there because I could go deep. He became the eye. It evolves them, yeah. He became something. He became the eye. Jason became the eye, you guys. I was thinking making this into like a series, because I want everybody involved. I want everybody involved in this, like, because you see something, I see something, right? And we're connecting it, but there's something that there's many things that we're not seeing that other people can pick up, and then we can all connect the dots together. But you're right. I did mention that the Targaryens, their hair was white, white as snow, snow white. Their hair was white, so white, right? And then they were immune to fire. Okay, fire didn't affect them. Well, at least not to the mother of dragons. But remember, I didn't finish watching Game of Thrones, but I know the last season, season 8, she died. Someone betrayed her. Someone in her family killed her. Jon Snow was actually part of her family lineage, believe it or not, and he killed her. Jon Snow. Okay, this all connects together. It's cold. Remember, we kept getting cold. She was punctured. Where was she punctured? It's always the mother. Yes, it's not the Father. People think it's the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It's the Mother, the Son, and the Holy Child, which is the Holy Spirit. It was never Father. Father is the false God. He is false. Mother is the original, the I. She is the I. Below her ribs. She was punctured below. All this connects, you guys. All this has meaning. It's a symbol. It's a symbol. It all goes back to Jason, or it goes back to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is his light version. Jason is his dark version. The two gates. He needs to find his soul to become one. His soul is, remember I said, the soul is like the butterfly, the two wings, right? And he was in a cocoon. That means he was mummified. It goes back to the Egyptian. The crystal Camp Crystal Lake, crystallization. What do? They mummified the body. He needs to find his soul to become one. What does the White Walker represent, though? The dead walking zombies. But they were smart zombies, in my opinion. Smart as hell. They were dead. They were dead inside. They were the walking dead. The night walkers, the walking dead. They were dead inside. I believe they didn't have no soul. These are the ones that don't have the soul inside. Their soul is gone. And they live their days as if everything is normal, but it's not. They have no soul. The night walkers represents the ones that don't have no soul. But so, like, remember Jesus Christ, he came, when he first came into being, he was light. But what happens, the butterfly effect, what happens, something affects, something punctured Jesus. Something right here, the root was punctured. The beginning. Something of the beginning was punctured. The child was injured, because even when I was decoding the actual movie and I channeled a message, I said that God was mad of someone. Okay, God was mad because there was a Native American tribe that was wiped out, and I said it was the Natal tribe. What is that? Natal chart. Natal, the birth. Okay, but in my mind's eye, I saw a little girl, a little Native American girl. She was wearing pink, but she was being raped. That's what I saw. God was mad that she was what they did to her. But like, not only that, it's like they raped her, they robbed her, they raped her, they took from her. They robbed, they took her land, they took everything from her. This can represent something, but the child, the spirit, she represents the spirit of God. That was injured. It was punctured. The spirit, because even in the Game of Thrones, they said that she went mad. The mother of the dragon went mad. I didn't watch the last season, but they said that she went mad. What did I say about Exodus? I said Moses. I feel like that was his mindset. He went mad. He went insane to the point where God had to kill him. God killed him. That's what they say in the Bible, that God killed him. Oh, I'm seeing something. So when God killed Moses, when the mother dragon died, when she lost her mind, she died. When Jesus Christ, if he never became Jesus Christ, he would have an ultimate version. Would have become he would have became Jason. He would still be good, but he didn't have a soul. His face, he hid his face. He hid his face. He didn't have a soul. He started to kill in blood. God is not of blood. God is of water. He is water. When they said they couldn't find the boy in the lake, God don't kill in blood. That's not how God does it. But I just saw something with Moses. What happened to Moses? Okay. I saw that when Moses died, when he went insane, he died, he went to hell. He went south. He went to the pit. Just like the mother of dragons, it shows that she died. She's not dead, but they show that she died. She was punctured. You know where she's at? She's at the pit. Literally, she's at. This ties into that one video that I did years ago. A lot of years ago. It was months ago. What video was that? It was I am titanium, bulletproof, shoot me down. I am titanium, bulletproof, shoot me down. In that video, I suggest you guys go watch it, because I know it was that one. I mentioned something about someone being in the pit. Okay, someone people want to know what the fuck happened. So Jason is Jesus Christ's alternate version of him. If Jesus Christ never became Jesus Christ, there's an alternate, the butterfly effect. Remember, because the two wings. Because even I did a time. Okay, whoa. He killed in blood. He still had it's like he was still blind, like he was missing his soul. But it's like it's coming together. So this is the light Jesus Christ, this is the dark Jesus Christ. He's facing his darkness, and this is the light. They're facing each other. What does it remind you of? The eclipse. Remember, we just had an eclipse, right? But what's it missing? His soul. What was injured? His spirit, the child. Something happened to his spirit. His spirit was injured. The spirit, I believe this person was raped, and therefore it affected. Oh, okay. This is getting. I can go on and on. Okay, you said after Daenerys died, His last son took her body miles away to old Valara. How do you say that? Break it down for me, Yari, in layman terms. Oh, okay. I just channeled something. I have to break down what I'm saying or channeling in a simple version because nobody's going to understand what we're talking about. So I have to keep it very simple. Valeri. It reminded me of the show, that name, Valhalla. For some reason, like whenever time I see that name, I think of Valhalla. If you go and watch, what was the movie? What was the movie? It wasn't a movie. It was a show. The Vikings. Okay, they believe in who do they believe in? Odin. And they believe that when they die, they go to Valhalla. But when the Christians religion came to be, they was trying to they succeeded. They controlled them. At first the Viking was fighting back, like standing onto their religion, said, no, we're not going to change our religion. Our God is Odin. We fight for Odin, right? And then the Christian people said, no, this is the way to God, is Christ. But Odin, the people of the Vikings was like, no, it's Odin. They said when we die, it's like they free. They said like when they die, they free. They believe in the. Oh my God, Odin is Norse gods, right? Isn't it the code? It's the code. They were. Oh. It's okay. So this goes to religion. Well, duh, I told you the Bible, but this goes to more than one religion. It goes to mythology. All of this connects to Jason and Jesus Christ. Jason is Jesus Christ. It's just that he's missing his soul. I mean, his spirit. Well, his soul is his spirit. He's missing his spirit. It was injured so bad. Okay, so we're gonna leave it there before I keep going going on and on. Child, I'm seeing everything right now. It's crazy. Hold on, before we go. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, Yari. Thank you for participating. This is just crazy. Something was switched. Like, okay, I'm gonna leave it there because if I you flipped it on someone, but I'm gonna leave it there. You flipped something. Something was flipped, but I will leave it there. It is a lot. I gotta go back and rewatch this live. Hopefully it's good quality. Like there's no messed up connection. So I'm gonna go back and rewatch this. But like I was saying, I was gonna make this into a series because I gotta make this so simple, Yari. Because this goes deep. Like we're literally in a rabbit hole. This goes so deep that I have to simplify everything. And I can't give you guys all the answers. You guys have to know everything yourself. But I gotta keep it very simple from now on. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to make this into like a fun series. I'm just going to figure out how I'm going to do that. But I wanted to make it fun. So I'm going to leave it there. Alright. Me too.